Okay, my friends, continuing working on our activities, we're going to make 3C and I think probably 3D today in order to go on with our work. So let's share, as usual, uh, the lesson and open your books on the lesson 3C, which is page 38, and we're going to work over here today. Okay, so let's check what it goes there. It says, have you ever been to the USA? Do you know the do's and don'ts of American etiquette? Okay, let's see.
In America, people shake hands when they meet someone for the first time. When they ask how you are, they are only being polite. Americans use a variety of hand gestures, but pointing is rude. You should take a gift to someone's house if you are invited to dinner.
Okay, my friends, let's go on. It is Culture Corner. Check these words. And first, we're going to practice over here with some words. Here we have extend, firm, handshake, rare, hug, make eye contact, typical, greeting, in public, be aware, crowded place, token, elbow, second rate. And now let's practice over here, okay? It is match the headings to the paragraphs. There is one extra heading, and we're going to take some help, okay? So it goes as it follows. Say hello. If you are meeting someone for the first time, extend a hand to say hello. Americans greet each other with firm handshakes. Kissing on the cheek is rare, but hugs are not unusual between friends or relatives. Also, it is important to make eye contact while speaking with someone. Otherwise, you will seem rude or insincere. Use titles such as Dr. Smith or Mr. Norris to show respect, unless someone invites you to use their first name. Address a woman as Miss, as in Miss Banks, if you aren't sure if she's married or not. Okay. 2. Make small talk. When Americans ask how you are, they don't expect a long reply about your recent headaches or your sore throat. How are you is a typical greeting that asks for a simple answer such as, I'm fine. You may compliment a person on their new haircut or shirt, but never tell someone that they look tired or unwell unless you are really afraid that they may be ill. Don't ask someone how much money they make or how much money they've spent on something. Also, never talk loudly on a cell phone in public, and be aware that some consider taking a phone call during meal times to be extremely rude. Okay, 3. Learn the gestures. Giving a peace sign, a thumbs up, or a K sign are all positive gestures. Using your index finger to point at someone isn't polite. Instead, extend your entire hand, palm facing up. Americans like to give wide smiles, even to strangers even to strangers. In the US, a smile is a sign of friendliness and even politeness. So if someone smiles at you, return the gesture. However, friendly Americans may seem, though, they still prefer that you don't get too close to them. Keep a distance of about 2 feet from people, unless you are in a crowded place. And then 4, dine with ease. Sharing a meal with Americans shouldn't be a stressful event. Nevertheless, there are a few things to remember when you find yourself at the dinner table. If someone invites you over for a meal, bringing a small gift like flowers is a nice token of thanks. Make sure to arrive on time, and if you must be late, call your host to apologize. Always wait until everyone has food in front of them before you start eating, and remember to keep your elbows off the table. Also, it is very important to keep your mouth closed while chewing. Americans think talking with a mouthful of food is rude and disgusting. If you eat in a restaurant, expect to pay your waiter a tip that is 15 to 20% of the bill, even if the service is second rate. Okay, my friends, so we have now this idea about American culture. Then it says fill in, and we have here the words. So let's pay attention.
Talk with your mouth full. Token of thanks. Sharing a meal. Typical greeting. Extend a hand. Index finger. Return the gesture. Talk loudly. Between friends. Kiss on the cheek. Wide smile. Firm handshake. Make eye contact.
Okay, let's go on. Then it says use the phrases below to make sentences, giving advice to someone visiting the US. Okay, so here we go.
When you are eating, you shouldn't talk with your mouth full. You should give some flowers to your host as a token of thanks. You should remember a few things when sharing a meal with Americans. A handshake is a typical greeting between Americans. You should extend a hand when you first meet an American. You shouldn't point with your index finger. Use your whole hand instead. If someone smiles at you, return the gesture. You mustn't talk loudly on your cell phone. It's rude. Hugs are not unusual between friends. A kiss on the cheek is rare. Americans like to give wide smiles. A first greeting involves a firm handshake. You should make eye contact when you talk to someone.
Okay, so let's go on. Then it says, what are the do's and don'ts of your country? Compare the social etiquette in the US with that of your country. Let's have an example.
In Mexico, when you greet someone, there is always personal contact. Men shake hands and hug each other or pat each other on the arm or back. Women hug and kiss each other, usually on the cheek. This is very different in the USA, where kissing is rare when you greet each other. We also call each other by our title or full name, like in the USA. And it is very rude to call someone by their first name until they invite you to. In the USA, there are a lot of positive hand gestures, but if you use the OK sign in Mexico, people will be upset. It is very rude. Also, in the USA, people have lots of personal space. In my country, people stand very close to you. Don't be shocked if people are almost touching you when they speak to you. And don't move back, because this will insult the person you're speaking with. If you're invited to someone's home for dinner, it is polite to take a small gift, the same as in the USA. However, in the USA, it is rude if you arrive late. But in my country, it is rude if you arrived exactly on time. It is always best to arrive about 30 minutes late. Americans don't like elbows on the table, and we have something similar. You must always keep your hands above the table, because you will offend people if your hands are out of sight.
Okay, my friends, so here we have the example about, in this case, about Mexico. Okay, so with this, we finish the lesson 3. Please remember to upload your work on Brightspace, and if you have questions, we can use the WhatsApp group or the comments on Brightspace.